Hello and welcome to my review of the Adeptus Titanicus Cerastus Knights Lancers. I have been meaning to review these two models for absolutely ages, since I got the in February of this year, so you can say it's been a while. Now there are two ways to get these knights. One is in the Adeptus Titanicus The Horus Heresy box set, where you also get two Warhounds and two Reavers, or you can buy them in a pack of two, which flies in the face of the other box set of 4 Cerastus Knights for £40. This set of two you can buy in a pack of two for the £20. Like all of the other plastic Adeptus Titanicus models and knights, they are a joy to build, lots of posability, customization. I mean, they are fantastic representations of the full scale models. Not quite as much posability as the 28mm scale models, but still you can have a lot of fun with these. And if you've got a slight inkling with them and you can't afford, or you have no inkling of getting some Titans for Adeptus Titanicus, then this may well be the way to go for you. You can still get these Knight Lancers, two of them in fact, for a much lower price, £20 compared to £400 if you were to go down the Forge World full-size route. Anyway, that's enough about pricing. I always like to start these videos by looking at the models up close and personal, so that's what we're going to do right now. As you can see, there's a fair amount of detail on here. The pads I have glued on. You don't need to, but at such a small scale you're not going to see much behind there anyway. I've glued the arms on. Again, you could potentially magnetize them to give a bit more posability. I like the heads on them. I like the attention to detail. But I mean, there's so much. There's all the little rivets. You're not missing much compared to the full-size models. The shields are the same. This one's sort of striding forwards, looking to its right. On these, I think they're 50mm bases actually. They seem bigger than the Terminator ones. And then you've got this one here. I've given it a different head. It's more like an Acheron head really, this one. Yeah, this one is also striding forward. They're not in the pose that my full-size one is in, but there we go. We'll go through some size comparisons after the spare parts. And speaking of which, here they are. So it does look like you get a number of, we get a couple of different fists there to put the shield on, so the different angles of where the fist is. You can't move them, they just go there, but you can twist them in their I say socket, and then you just put the shield on, and you can, and the shield will just go on one way. It's affixed to the top, the bottom and the center socket there. You get 4 heads in total with this set, so you get another one of these typical Lancer heads, which I've got for that one, with the you know, I want to say mouth, chin shielding, these extra pieces. And you also get the other Acheron head here, where that just goes in like so. So you've got a couple of heads. You can have them in the typical sort of Knight Lancer head configuration, or you can go with the Acheron style, with the Acheron style head too. So first comparison I want to make is just with the full-sized Mini. So here it is. Might need to zoom out a little bit for this. So yeah, as you can see, this is you know, the full-scale 28mm model compared to these. Absolutely fantastic amount of detail compared to them. And I'm having some shield issues, because what's the point in gluing the shield things on there when I'm going to need to spray it. So it's in a bit of a sub-assembly state right now, which means it's a bit of a buckaroo model. But there you go. That gives you an idea of sort of the size of one of these Adeptus Titanicus Knights. It's only just past the shin of the full-scale model. But yeah, like I said, £20, £200. But I thought I'd make that comparison with the full-size model, just to give you an idea there of you know, what they look like, and you know, their shared aesthetics, which they're pretty much on par with each other. Fantastic, and what Games Workshop and Forge World have done there. but you may not have clicked on this video to look at me comparing these Adeptus Titanicus size models with 28mm scale ones. So let's get back to business, and I'll show you some size comparisons with their Adeptus Titanicus counterparts. So firstly, we've got another Cerastus Knight. Of course, it's going to be similar size. This is the Castigator. We've got the smaller Knight, Questoris size Knight. Again, the sizes are exactly the same in terms of variation compared to the full size kits. This is how big a Questoris Knight is next to a Cerastus. Cerastus does tower above it. Then if we move to a larger Knight, the Porphyrion, which is almost the same size as a Warhound, you see that the Porphyrion is taller. And then if we move one step up, and speaking of which, here is the Warhound Titan. So this is where the Knight Lancers are to the Warhound. You know, I think that the Warhound is faster when it's striding, but yeah, very, very fast Scout Titan there. And then moving along the line even further, we've got a Reaver Titan, and that's how high it is next to a Reaver Titan. It's probably almost up to its waist, almost, so it could definitely do some damage in the hips, but the Reaver Titan is now packing some serious weaponry in terms of the volcano cannon and a fist to pluck these Titans if they'll smash them if they get too close, or smash the head off a Warhound. And then moving down further still, yes, we do have a Warlord Titan right here. And this is where it kind of measures up to a Warlord, up to its knee. So almost the head of a Warhound, the hips of a Reaver, and now we're at the knee of a Warlord. So that just gives you an idea. You know, if they could take a Warlord down, I'm not quite sure, but there you go. That's sort of a look at the sizes of them all. And the final size comparison I always like to make is going to be with the three Imperial models. You've got Slime Marbo in the middle, Legacy Space Marine on the left, and a Primaris on the right. As you can see right there, both of these Lancers tower above any of my standard models that I do size comparisons with. Compared to a Primaris is probably just below head height of the Lancer. So it does stand tall, it's got a much bigger base, but if you have Primaris and you wanted to know how big these Knight Lancers were, there's your answer. They are bigger than your, I say, standard troops. They're bigger than Legacy Space Marines at least as well. So that's where they stack up. And with these Adeptus Titanicus reviews, I don't usually go through the Adeptus Titanicus rules with them. It's mainly just a model showcase and a size comparison, and look at all the spare parts. I would like to know what you guys think of the Cerastus Knights. I think they're fantastic, especially how you can purchase them individually and at an alright price. I mean, £20 isn't too bad. £10 each for models that are taller and have a lot more detail than like a Primaris Space Marine is pretty decent, £10 each. But what do you guys think of them? Do they always perform for you in your Titanicus battles? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below. And what other Adeptus Titanicus models would you like to see GW or Forge World bring to the range? Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.